This week on Stallion TV, we have a fresh batch of stories coming up for what the future of ABAC holds. And this includes the weather, Santa, the Homelessness Project, and what the president of the Homeless Project is currently doing. All coming up on Stallion TV.
Broadcasting live from Studio 3 at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College, you're watching Stallion TV.
Welcome to Stallion TV for Wednesday, December 7th. I'm Ty Goodman.
And I'm Joshua Boyer. Thank you for joining us again here at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College.
In preparation for Georgia's runoff election, Senator Raphael Warnock came to Tifton. The Stallion's Joshua Boyer attended the campaign.
Hello, Tifton, Georgia! Wow! Hello, everybody!
On the 29th of November, Senator Raphael Warnock, along with his van, reporters, and supporters, arrived at Beulah Hill Baptist Church. This campaign amassed a large crowd of Tiftonians from all backgrounds. Senator Warnock came to Tifton and was able to talk about his thoughts, actions, beliefs, and more. After his speech, I was given the opportunity to talk to the Tifton Democratic Club's president. Nice. So what do you think the importance of voting is?
Well, the importance of voting is to be able to get your voice recognized and to have an impact on who represents us, either locally, statewide, or in our federal positions. It's critical to be able to determine who is the representative and helping to make decisions for us.
As voting closed last night and the winner of the runoff election was decided, citizens all over Georgia are looking forward to the next few years. For Stallion TV, this is Joshua Boyer.
As Tifton grows as a city and politicians campaign even more, we can expect to see more politicians coming to Tifton in the future.
With the end of the fall semester comes along the end of the first semester of ABAC's new president, Dr. Tracy Brundage. With her new presidency, Brundage is excited to continue moving ABAC towards a bright future. The Stallion's Delcy Vega reports.
With students preparing for the end of another semester, ABAC's new president, Tracy Brundage, is just getting started. Hard at work throughout this semester, Brundage has been working on becoming familiar with the campus, meeting students, and seeing how she can further the future of ABAC.
ABAC is a wonderful institution with an incredible mission, and I'm really hopeful to be able to contribute to that. And so some of the goals are to continue to pay attention to the changing landscape in higher education, changing demographics, really focusing on making ABAC a destination college.
Brundage hopes to focus on ABAC's branding and marketing initiatives to ensure current and future students know all ABAC has to offer, as well as opening doors for students to have access to real-world opportunities. These are just a few of the plans ABAC's new president hopes to put into motion, benefiting individual students and ABAC as a whole. For The Stallion, I'm Delcy Vega.
President Brundage has some exciting plans for ABAC, and students get to look forward to what those plans and opportunities mean for them. We, here at The Stallion, will be sure to keep you updated.
On December 15th, a fresh batch of seniors will walk and become ABAC graduates. But college attendance is like a revolving door, and as students are leaving and moving on to other things in their lives, other students are eager to take their place.
Know that I'm a better person for being at ABAC and having the people that are here, not only professors, but also students, just pouring into me and pushing me to be better, both academically and personally.
I'm new here, but one of my friends, she's graduating in December, and watching her go through her capstone and all these things that she's been super stressed out about, and watching her finish it has really made me excited for when I get to do those things, even though at first I was like, oh man, that's stressful, but she's gotten through it. And
will begin at 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. in the Grissett Gym. The 10 a.m. ceremony will include graduates from the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Nursing and Health Sciences, and associate degree recipients. The 2 p.m. ceremony will include graduates from the School of Agriculture and Natural Resources and the Stafford School of Business. Commencement exercises will be live streamed at watch.abac.edu and the ABAC Facebook page.
ABAC isn't just all agriculture and science. There's a few classes at ABAC that may surprise you. Here's Ty Goodman to tell us what we don't know.
At ABAC, there's classes that go towards your core and classes that go towards your major. However, you would be surprised to hear about some of the classes that exist. For instance, did you know that there was a class called Cops on TV? The class is exactly that, studying police and pop culture for a writing and communications major.
Irrevocable. What do you mean it's irrevocable? He committed crimes in this state, capital crimes. This is my jurisdiction. Why is it irrevocable?
We sat down with Dr. Jay Baldwin for more on this.
A professor in our department can propose a course to be taught as a special topics. So an English professor might have a particular kind of field of expertise that they want to do a special class on. For me, I wanted to do a course on representations of police on television because it's a particular interest of mine. That's what my dissertation was on when I got my PhD, and it seems timely, right? I mean, cops are in the news.
Writing and Communications major Cole Creel also volunteered to tell us more about the significance of this class for a selected major.
I think the Cops on TV class with Dr. Baldwin will allow me to think deeper about the stories that I will be doing in the future when I graduate from ABAC.
As for other classes, there's quite a plethora of unique ones due to their content, but also what else they can offer. For those interested in history and government, Dr. Cable is teaching both African American history and slavery plus modern world history. Need a physical education credit? CPR can knock that out of the way, and also CPR certify you, so it's a win-win. A notable part of some of these courses is that they're taught within certain time periods. Photojournalism is offered by Dr. Thomas Grant, but it's only taught every 2 years. This aspect of the class is different from classes that are being taught in spring, summer, or fall only. For us at Stallion TV, introduction to broadcast was fall only, and for something like the publishing process, also known as Pegasus, it is spring only. So don't be afraid to try new things, even if they're not a part of your major, but also be sure to grab these classes before they're gone. For Stallion TV, I'm Ty Goodman.
There is a purpose for each course at ABAC, no matter how ridiculous they may seem, or how limited they are available.
I can't tell if it's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. It's cold one day, hot the next, and it rains all day after that. Stallion TV's weatherman, Anthony McDonald, is here to help us make sense of it all.
Commuters likely drove through dense fog this morning. You can expect the same on Thursday. Temperatures will stay relatively steady with a high of 70 and a low of 50, except for Monday when we'll have a high in the 60s and a 30% chance at some more rain in the afternoon. On a national note, over the next 10 days, you'll see rains covering the continental U.S. with a concentration in the upper South to Midwest and along the West Coast. Someone's getting snow, but it ain't us. Sorry, guys. The western half of the country will see up to 2 feet of snow, save for Texas and Oklahoma. Across the pond in Hawaii, the Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, began erupting on November 27. Hawaii activated the National Guard because the lava flow is getting dangerously close to a major road on the Big Island. Back to you, Ty.
There seems to be a lot going on in the world. We're very fortunate to not have to worry about volcanoes here in Tipton. I'll try to get out and enjoy the good weather while we still have it.
Recently, the first ever Woman in Business Club had a guest speaker. Miss Haley Patry spoke at the meeting, sharing some of her own personal experiences and tips in Lewis Hall. The Stallion's Juliana Franklin reports.
Haley Patry, the president of Patry & Associates, came to ABAC on Tuesday to speak at the Women in Business meeting. She came to give the women in the club advice on how to handle certain situations as being a woman in business as they look forward to their future and new ideas in the club as well.
So we personally chose Miss Haley Patry, who's the president of Patry & Associates, a manufacturer's rep, to come speak for us because she is a young woman in a male-dominated industry, and she's truly transformed her company into something amazing and grown along the way, not only as a businesswoman but a person. So we felt like that was something that our members of our club could truly connect with, and being able to hear her tell her journey from the very beginning was something truly inspiring in the meeting. Her main point, that one of the points she talked on, was making sure you go into every conversation, every meeting with purpose and intent. So you're showing up, you're being present, and you understand your meaning behind being in that certain area.
At Lewis Hall, the Women in Business Club meets to help women find their voice in business and help them have confidence to step forward. For the Stallion, I'm Juliana Franklin.
If you are interested in being a part of the Women in Business Club, contact Brooke Patry.
Coming up, we dive deep into ABAC Asks. Austin's going to give us the lowdown on sports and all things Christmas related, right after the commercial break.
She used to dance and dream of a better life. Today, thanks to Children International and friends like you, she dances for the world. Learn more about Children International at children.org today.
I was diagnosed at 65.
37, earlier than most.
Every 9 minutes, someone is diagnosed with Parkinson's disease.
And every one of them can turn to the American Parkinson Disease Association. Visit apdaparkinson.org to learn more and show your support today.
Federal investigators blame human error for a deadly natural gas explosion.
We all remember where we were that morning.
We could actually see the smoke from our farm here, which is close to 20 miles away.
I just heard a big boom. The tile plow ruptured into the pipeline. Once the gas got through the intakes of the tractors is when it ignited. I started running as fast as I could. The ground literally started erupting from my feet.
Watch the rest of the story at 3secondslater.org. And remember, Farm Safe starts with 811.
Hope, where are you hiding? I search for you in the seconds, the minutes of each and every day. Hear me as I call out to you. Welcome me home. Alone we stood, divided we fell. No longer. Now we choose to make the connection. Our new mission lies within. Visit maketheconnection.net to learn more.
Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel, safely drive that automobile. Eyes on the road, hands on the wheel.
From Stallion TV, the ABAC Homelessness Project is looking ahead and seeing a bright future. Stallion TV's Abisai Vasquez reports.
The ABAC Homelessness Project are looking forward to their next chapter as a club. They achieved two main goals, such as putting together blessing bags containing soap, water, and toothpaste, and organizing the camp out for the homeless.
We were able to accomplish a lot, and we've made a lot of valuable connections on campus and in the community. We also had the goal of hosting the Camp Out for the Homeless.
The camp out was a demonstration to spread awareness that invited students to come and participate.
As I like to say, the ABAC Homelessness Project shows up and shows out when we do things, and they're a part of that. We're not a club where you can just kind of show up to meetings and that's it. You're there because you want to be there and because you care about what we're doing.
Now the club will come up with new goals for the future.
We're a resource that connects people to other resources, and I would like us to continue to do that.
Skylar Turner will be graduating this semester and will be leaving the club in the hands of the upcoming president, Kaylee Myers.
Going to do an amazing job as president of the ABAC Homelessness Project. She has been with us since the very beginning. She was a founding member and a part of that initial committee to hold the Camp Out for the Homeless.
Skylar worked very hard behind the scenes to bring her vision for the club into fruition. Skylar is very optimistic about the future and seeing the progress of her club, she has every reason to be. For the Stallion, I'm Abisai Vasquez.
The ABAC Homelessness Project recently elected their next president for the upcoming spring semester. The newly elected president, Kaylee Myers, is here with Stallion TV's Delcy Vega to tell us about her plans for the future of the club. Take it away, Delcy.
Thank you, Josh. So Kaylee, now that you're officially the new ABAC president for the Homelessness Project, what are some future plans that you are looking forward to initiate for next semester?
Yeah, so some of the things that we're planning to do, which is really exciting, is to do different types of demonstrations. Whenever we first started, we were able to do a hammock drive, and basically we had hammocks set up and saying, hey, this is a form of homelessness that people struggle with, and we had donations and everything put into the hammocks. Different things that we would like to do is set up tents throughout the campus, or even put a couch in the middle of campus saying, hey, this is a form of homelessness. Going from house to house and not having a stable home to stay in, that's a form of it.
Oh, that's so good. Thank you for being able to do that. For you, what is something that this semester was super impactful for you and you got excited that the club was able to achieve?
Yeah, so something that we were able to do, which I thought was really awesome, we were able to collaborate with the city council here in Tifton, and they wanted to get involved, and so they asked us to help them out with doing resource cards. And basically what it is, it's a card that has different resources here in Tifton that if someone gets it, they're like, hey, I'm struggling with this and this is something I'm going through, and it'll have a specific place you can go to and public transportation that can get you to that place. And so we're hoping to get those out to first responders and also in our blessing bags.
That's wonderful. I know that's going to be such a useful resource for the community that you guys can hand out. So for the future, how are you feeling going forward as president?
I'm very excited. I just think it's really awesome how I'm very thankful for this club to start off, but also that we get to go out and educate people and learn along the way saying, hey, this is what homelessness is, and this is what we're struggling in Tifton with, and these are places we can contribute to help out. And so I just hope we can continue to do that. I'm very excited to work alongside such great people in the group.
That is amazing. Thank you so much for coming out here and sharing with us.
Thank you, Delcy.
Back to you, Josh.
Thank you, Delcy, and thank you, Kaylee. Throughout this semester, you might have seen some of your classmates getting asked questions on social media. Here's the Stallion's James Brock with more.
Here at ABAC, as you walk through campus or scroll on TikTok, you might have come across a group called ABAC Asks. This group, which is not affiliated with ABAC, asks students for advice or questions that some people consider to be the most important, like,
today's question of the day is, who do you think the hottest person on campus is?
ABAC Asks co-founder Caitlin Murray started this TikTok page aspiring to be the icon on campus that they are today.
One day we were just like, yeah, we're going to do this now. So then we did, and then the first couple of TikToks blew up. We're like, that's crazy. We just walk random places and people are like, hey, you're the ABAC Ask girls. We're like, yeah.
For some students, ABAC Asks has changed their lives. Bobby, a student here at ABAC, was bombarded with fame after being featured on ABAC Asks.
When I go to class now, I hear people whisper and talk about me. My Snap even blew up after that episode of ABAC Ask. Even my family makes fun about me because they found the TikTok.
So be on the lookout, ABAC students, because you don't know if you're going to be the next interviewee or the next topic on TikTok. I'm James Brock for The Stallion.
A new ABAC video, Asks, just came out. Even my fellow anchor is in it.
The summer is always a big time for sports. It's no different this year as college football is on the playoffs and the World Cup is moving into the knockout rounds. For more on this, here's Austin Dean.
Thank you, Ty. And this week was a big one for the U.S. as they've fallen out of the World Cup as they lost 3-1 to the Netherlands. This ends a solid run for the Americans as they hope to improve to make a run to the 2026 World Cup that the U.S. will host. In Falcons news, they'll be on a bye as they couldn't come back against the Steelers at home, making the Dirty Birds record of 5-8. And in college football, the playoffs were decided with the 1 seed going to the Dogs and will face the 4 seed Ohio State. The 2 seed Michigan will play 3 seed TCU. Hey Ty, do you think the Dogs have a shot to repeat at the title?
Well, I think Georgia has a real shot this year to win back-to-back championships. So go Dogs!
chances are you might have heard of Red Door. Last Tuesday, however, was the last event for this semester. The Red Door is a program that takes place in the First Baptist Church in Tifton. It's for college students to get together for free, dinner, worship, and Bible study per Tuesday. However, this particular day allowed for graduating ABAC attendants to be recognized for their success.
It's literally just, it's kept me going sometimes. It's gotten me way deeper into my faith, and it was really a rock for me sometimes, honestly. And it's really sad that it's ending with me graduating, but I'm very blessed to have had the opportunity to go to it.
Next semester, Red Door will open back up, allowing for the same worship and fun that it did during this one. If you'd like to attend, feel free. Red Door is open for everyone.
It's finally December, which means Christmas events are happening all around us. One of the events in Tifton this year is the North Pole Express at ABAC's Georgia Museum of Agriculture.
The North Pole Express event this year had 6 dates lined up, which included December 1st through 3rd and December 8th through 10th. Tickets became available online on November 1st at 9 a.m. and quickly sold out. On each day of the event, the museum's 1917 Vulcan steam locomotive is scheduled to leave the starting point toward the North Pole every 20 minutes beginning at 5 p.m. The last train runs at 8:20 p.m. Guests begin the event by being led down a path to Santa's Bakery, where they are read a story by one of Santa's elves. At the conclusion of said story, they are led back outside of the bakery and to the train, which takes them to the North Pole to see not only Santa, but also Elsa from the movie Frozen. After Santa hears all the requests for toys this year, the attending families are moved into a separate room to watch the movie entitled The Polar Express, while being served both cookies and hot chocolate. We asked one of the event's returning staff members, Garrett Boone, about the event and why he enjoys working it.
Over 12 years, one of the things that is a common theme with this event are the little ones that come. And even when they get out of their cars, that first group that we had come in, what their faces look like, what those little kids' faces look like. And each step of the way through the event, there's different pieces that have that reaction over and over again.
We here at the Stallion enjoyed our time at the ABAC Georgia Museum of Agriculture's North Pole Express. Make sure to bring out your nieces, nephews, and even your own kids for next year's event. For the Stallion, I'm Holly Dunstan.
Go on sale for the 13th annual North Pole Express event next year.
We've all seen the scene in every Christmas movie where the main cast is out and about, surrounded by hundreds of people Christmas shopping. But has online shopping ruined this Christmas tradition? With more on this, here's David Cruz.
If you have ever watched any Christmas films like Elf, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, or even those Hallmark original movies, you would have seen the Christmas shopping sprees taking place in those films. But in reality, that's not been the case in the last few years.
In the last decade, online shopping has blown up, making in-person shopping less common. I'm here to find out if it's helping or hurting some retail stores.
The location I chose was the Tifton Mall. Here there's a variety of different type of stores to choose from, so let's see if online shopping has affected them or not.
It's crucial for us ever since COVID hit for us to do our online orders. We probably about 30% of our sales from doing online orders for our store. And that's the only way these stores can survive is to reach out to the internet.
We can do online orders in store, so when customers find a shoe in store that we don't have in stock, we order it online, so I feel like it's helped promote our business.
There'd be less people in the store, of course, but at the same time I feel like it really don't affect money-wise, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the same amount of money gets spent either way, you know what I'm saying?
I even got to sit and speak with the man, the myth, the legend himself for his thoughts on the shopping experience.
Well, online shopping has its thing and its place, but as far as Santa goes, we stay busy. My elves are always working, so we're pretty good. Everything's good for Santa.
Seeing how online has benefited everyone, it's safe to say that online shopping has become part of Christmas shopping tradition, even for good old St. Nicholas himself.
As online shopping has become more and more relevant, stores have adapted to this, becoming their #1 source of income. come. And if Santa's not worried about it, neither should we. And for the Stallion, I'm David Cruz.
The times are changing, and so are the ways in which we celebrate.
The Tipton Christmas Parade was held downtown on Saturday. The parade had a big outcome with hundreds of people out on the streets. The Stallion's Jalen Edmondson reports.
Saturday was Tift County's 150th Christmas Parade, and the ROTC and the band started it off, followed by the floats in the parade and candy given to the kids.
We're here this Saturday to celebrate Tift County's 150th Christmas Parade. As you can see, the parade has started. People go to this parade to have fun with friends and family.
I enjoy the Christmas parade because it's the most joyful time of the year, and we came to see it because, like I said, it's like the most joyful.
After the floats pass by, most people go to places to get food and merchandise, which was along the street. Not only that, but adults let their kids ride on cool toy trains and bouncy houses. Along the street was live entertainment. And lastly, away from Santa on a fire truck.
That I was able to be a part of the 150th anniversary of the Tipton Parade, especially since this is my hometown. It was amazing to see. They had wonderful lights. Everybody did amazing. Everybody was happy.
Happy holidays. And for the Stallion, I'm Jalen Edmondson.
2 years after COVID's boom, the Christmas parade is now back with a bang.
Much like many other cities, both near and far, Tifton GA is preparing for the holidays. One of the ways we are doing so is decorating. The Christmas light display in Fullwood Park is ready and waiting to be observed. In November each year, a crew of devoted individuals work hard to get the Christmas light display ready for the public to enjoy throughout the month of December. The lights are observed by visitors who can choose to either drive through the lights or to walk around and see them on foot. Members of the community expect to see the lights each year, but what most don't know is that many of the displays are actually made by the very same crew members who put them out. To make them, they use materials such as PVC pipe and commercial Christmas lights. The display remains out until the end of the city Christmas holidays. The lights are then taken down and placed back in storage, where they remain until next year.
So I took my kids to the park last night to see the gorgeous Christmas lights. They are so beautiful every year, and this is our tradition. I take my kids every year to the park to see the beautiful Christmas lights.
If you haven't had the chance to go out and observe the light display in Fullwood Park, make sure to drive through one night before they're taken down for the year.
Well, Austin, let me ask you something. Do you believe in Santa?
Well, after these interviews, of course.
Oh.
Hey, Delcy, what did you ask for Christmas?
Just to be able to spend some time with family and friends.
Well, thank you here for joining us at Abraham Baldwin Agricultural College. I'm Ty Goodman.
I'm Joshua Boyer. This is Anthony McDonald, Austin Dean, and Delcy Vega. Good luck on finals, and thank you for tuning in to Stallion TV.